So with plants, I've realized to say no two plants are the same. They might be in the same family, but every plant has got its own unique ways of taking care of it. So you'll find that what works for this plant might not work for the next plant. So you need to take the time to study each and every genus that you have in your space. And I always encourage clients not to just buy anything. Do your research. Sign up for a beginner class. I have a beginner class. I have a whole list of services that I offer, but one of them is I teach you how to start your journey as a gardener, because most people would just see what's trending on Facebook and I'm like, I also started my journey, and they want to buy everything because these are bought with money. So if you're going to spend an arm and a leg on a plant, you better know how to take care of it so that it doesn't die on you.
Hi, this is Priscilla from Green Space, and today I've had the good fortune to stumble into the gardener of a very passionate gardener. She does a little bit of everything, but she does it to the highest standard. So I think it's best she introduce herself without me putting words in her mouth and tell you a bit about her business and what she does.
Hi Priscilla, how are you? Hi everyone. Okay, so my name is Bwalya. My full name is Bwalya Witika Maketo. I have an education background. So my first degree is in education. Then I went on to do a master's in development studies. So that's my professional side. But then when it comes to me being a hobbyist, this is what I've taken on. The art of gardening. So for me, my concept is a little different because I am the first and only current mobile gardener in Zambia. So I know most people believe in the brick and mortar walk-in option where people can go into someone's home, they buy plants, or they go into a they go into a nursery and buy plants. But for me, I figured, okay, let me try something different. So I decided I'm gonna have a moving garden. Okay, so essentially what I do is I propagate my plants from my garden, and then I advertise them on my socials, and then clients order those plants based off that catalog, and then I get to deliver to their preferred locations. So basically that's what we do here.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really impressed because I stumbled across you on the internet. She's always online on the gardening groups, once or twice a week posting.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, that's it, you know. So I stumbled across it 2 days later and I'm like, I can't get that.
It's gone. So I started my gardening journey in, I think early 2020, just when COVID was setting in. So for me, the idea for starting this journey was some sort of an escape from the whole confusion around COVID, because it was something that was very new to all of us. We did not know what was going on. So COVID hit, there was a mini lockdown that was, you know, like initiated in the country, and it just became a whole mess. Like people didn't know what to do with themselves, and because of that, because of that, I started feeling a little cramped up, you know, in my space, and wanted to figure out what I can do while we waited for the situation to sort of like stabilize. I decided, okay, let me try this. I think I can try this. And you know, I have this, I don't know if it's a negative tendency of immersing myself so much. When I get into something, like I really, you know,
all out.
I go all out. So I got into this journey, and it was almost like, wow, a bug had just bitten me, and it was crazy. In the beginning, I used to get everything. I used to collect everything, succulents, this, what. But then along the way, I started realizing, wait a minute, I think I actually love the greens. I'm more of a tropical person. Like every time I see the phyllos, you know, these greens, I'll get so excited.
You can't resist this kind of color, can you?
Exactly. I'll get so excited. So eventually, as you know, as the journey unfolded, I began to realize, okay, this is my place, this is my space. So then I began to now establish myself as a tropical gardener. So primarily that's what I deal in. So I deal in what we would call houseplants. Okay, but of course it's also just a concept that people have coined, because I mean, no plants were originally meant to stay in the house. But yeah, we want to bring nature into our homes, which is okay, but I believe they shine better when they're outside. And so these are the plants that I've decided to make a part of my life, and I tend to them as if they were my own babies. I basically just apply the same concepts or the same energy that I would apply to my own kids with my plants. So every time that people are lucky enough to stumble upon my home or to come to my home and see what I'm doing, they're always like, oh my God, your plants look so healthy, so beautiful, so nice and lush. They love you so much. I'm like, no, I love them more because they give me the kind of peace that I always look for when I come back home. It's been a crazy day, you know, things might not be going so well. And every time I just walk into my space, I'm just like, this is home, you know. And I would talk to them. So people don't understand that plants, just like human beings, have got, like, it's an energy form. So they give you what you give them. Yeah.
So how do people, if they want to sign up with you to take that journey, is it a workshop? Is it individual?
So once in a while when I have a bit of some time, because my schedule, my calendar does get crazy sometimes, but once in a while I do clusters. So, you know, like I would advertise on my page or something to say I'm hosting a beginner class or a crashed class where I say maybe 3 days, or a one-day workshop where people can sign up, pay, and then they get taught how to take care of plants. And then other times I do one-on-ones. So I do one-on-ones for the very fact that, like you said, there's some people that just buy plants and then sometimes they want a bit more personalized service. So I'll get to come to your space. I will do the consult for you where I'll teach you, first of all, I'll show you to say, okay, these plants that you've bought, first of all, these are the needs for these specific plants. This space that you've put them in is wrong. Then I'll advise, you know, based on aesthetics and whatnot, I'll advise to say, okay, we can do this. Let's change the pots. Let's do this. Just make it a little bit more appealing. So I'll get to give you all that information, and then also advise to say, when you are starting out, these are some of the plants you can get that are a bit more beginner friendly. So that's the other thing I also forgot to mention. So for me, my niche is exclusively for the beginners. So I've decided to be working with beginner gardeners because there are certain things I wish I knew when I was starting that I didn't get to know. But of course, along the way, at least I managed to find myself a mentor. So I take time to listen when she's speaking because she's a more mature gardener. You know, she's done this for a while and her garden is amazing. Like every time I go there, I'm just like, okay, am I doing anything? So she always encourages me to say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So you do it at your pace, you know, do it at your pace, and also understand that no two gardens are exactly alike. You need to customize your garden based on what you feel, okay, this is me. Like what I did along the way, I realized, okay, I love these greens. Like every time I see this, for me, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm fulfilled.